Iga Swiatek defeats Coco Gauff in the semi-final and reaches her third consecutive Roland Garros final. This is my post-match reaction. Let's go through it. That's right, and it was 6-2, 6-4 to Iga. And what a dominant performance it was. Coco Gauff showed little resistance in the first set. She was beaten into a pulp, and then the second set had to finally come back to try and find a way back into the match. It didn't really seem possible though. She got the break, but then got broken back, and the rest was history, because Iga, once she got the break back, she just went on and on and on, stronger and stronger, and she had multiple match points. Didn't get the ones on Coco Gauff's serve, but able to get the ones done at 5-4 on her serve. And it is now 20 consecutive wins at Roland Garros, 18 consecutive wins on clay, and a fifth Grand Slam final. And it is the Queen of Clay is one win away. Yes, she is indeed. Incredible statistics from Iga. Let's talk about the match. I mean, let's have a look at some of the stats, because I think some of these are big stats. Iga didn't even really have to play super aggressively in this match. She's now 11-1 in the head-to-head against Coco Gauff, and just looked impressive in just being cool, calm, collected in such a big match. Coco Gauff looks stressed from the off, and she doesn't look like she believes in herself that she can beat Iga when she's stepping onto the court. And she doesn't really get the strategy right. I blame maybe her team, and I think that they should really go away and look at other players and how they play against Iga Swiatek when they do well. People like Urabakina, people like Ostapenko. These are players who push Iga back on the court and don't allow her in to be able to implement her game. Coco does that in spells, but not consistently enough, and she gets punished. Unfortunately, Iga didn't even have to hit lines today to punish her. She just moved her around the court, inside the lines quite comfortably, just with enough power to unsettle Coco. And you can see from the winners to unforced errors, Iga with only 10 winners, 14 unforced errors. I wouldn't say an amazing performance, but Coco, look, 27 winners. But look, 39 unforced errors. Too many, far too many. And she needs to take opportunities when they arise, and she needs to not allow things to distract her as well. I feel that she's in her head a bit too much on the tennis court. We know that she is an incredible tennis player. The forehand is still a little bit suspect, and Iga, she was happy to go forehand for forehand with Coco Gauff. The backhand from Coco Gauff, one of the best on the tour. I mean, you're best off avoiding that if you're Iga, and she did. And that's how she gets these results against Coco, because she's able to implement her tactic. And Coco didn't implement her tactic well enough. And unfortunately, this is where it all fell apart. I just feel like there's such a vast gap. Bear in mind, Coco Gauff after this tournament goes to number 2 in the world. In the live rankings right now, Coco Gauff is number 2 in the world. And the scoreline between world number 1 and world number 2 is 6-2, 6-4. And every time Iga's beaten her, it's been in straight sets. It's quite scary that this is the world number 1 and 2. Coco would obviously do better on a hard court. Probably do all right on a grass court as well. But on the clay, there's only one person, and it's Iga Swiatek who is leading the way. 20 being the number after securing the 20th consecutive win at the French Open. She now joins this list, and she's level with Steffi Graf, 4 behind Justine Henin, 5 behind Monica Seles, and 9 behind Chris Evert there, who's up at 29. I mean, wow. A great list, illustrious list there. Number 3 as well, because Iga is the third player since the WTA rankings were published in 1975 to make 3 consecutive finals at the French Open as world number 1 after Martina Navratilova. That was between 1984 and 1987. Steffi Graf between 1988 and 1990. She is a superpower, most definitely is. And this is the number 8. And Iga has become the player with the joint most top 10 wins in a women's singles Grand Slam event after their first 10 such meetings in the last 40 years. 8, level with Martina Navratilova. That name keeps coming up, doesn't it? One of the absolute legends of the sport. And Iga is the second youngest player in the Open era to make their 4th women's singles final at the French Open, older only than Steffi Graf in 1990. See, look, all of these same names coming up. Graf, Navratilova. She's got a name in there with absolute legends, and Iga will be one of those legends come the end of her career. This is what she had to say about Coco Gauff after it. She said, "I think she's progressing a lot. You can see by her results. Last year's US Open showed she's tough. At this age, it's kind of obvious she's going to just grow. It's nice to see her handling everything well around her because it's not easy. I'm sure we'll have plenty more intense matches at the highest level. Coco is one of the most consistent players out there." Yeah, most definitely is. One of the most consistent. That's why she's number 2, but she's still a way away from the world number 1, Iga. And we'll just finish on this tweet because I thought it was a very interesting one. Just for the naysayers out there, there are a few Iga haters saying Iga Swiatek dominating matches like this doesn't mean women's tennis is a bad entertainment product. It just means that there is one player much better than the rest of the field. Nobody complained when the big 3 monopolised men's tennis for 20 years. So on that note, I will call it a day. But let me know your thoughts about Iga making a 4th Roland Garros final. And if you haven't already, smash a like, subscribe, and join us for a podcast later and the big one tomorrow. Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz. It cannot be missed.